guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about the greatest thing ever invented, Netflix. I thought it'd be a good idea to share with you guys some of my top 3 favorite Netflix TV shows. So my number 1 favorite Netflix TV show would be Stranger Things. If you've never heard of Stranger Things, Google it right now and watch the trailer. Stranger Things is basically about, I'm gonna say spoiler alert right now, so, well, not really spoiler alert. I'm just gonna give you a gist of the TV show. So it's about a group of kids who discover an alternate dimension and have to basically find their way out of some sticky situations. But it takes place in the 1980s. So it's pretty interesting to see how the creators of this show really bring out that time period in the show. They've made 3 seasons so far. Season 3 drops on July 4th. I am super hype about this. This is like my all-time favorite TV show. It is just so interesting. There's about, I would say, 8 to 13 episodes per season. I'm not sure how many episodes are going to be in season 3. But the good thing about each episode, there's not that many, but each episode is an hour long. So that's a plus about that. And 45 minutes to an hour. Don't quote me on that. But that is super recommended. If you have Netflix, that's one thing to definitely check out. The next show, which I think is like very similar to Stranger, well, it's not similar, but it has kind of like that vibe, because Stranger Things kind of has like a Halloween fall type of vibe, which I love, because Halloween and fall is like Gonzalo and I's like cup of tea. Like, we live and breathe for Halloween and the fall time. So the Stranger Things is just like the epitome of that, and it's like that throughout both season 1 and 2. So if you're really into the fall and Halloween type stuff, definitely check out Stranger Things. However, Stranger Things season 3 takes place in the summertime, which is also going to be interesting because it's going to be a little twist on the entire series so far. But getting back to my next favorite TV show on Netflix is going to have to be Sabrina, which is amazing because Sabrina is basically, I guess you could call it a spin-off of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It really does a fantastic job on being a spin-off. It is not exactly like the 1990s version of Sabrina the Teenage Witch at all. It's very much 2019 in this series, but the concept is totally the same, except that it is much darker than the original Sabrina the Teenage Witch. In this Sabrina the Teenage Witch, I do not recommend children watching this show. I feel like in the 90s version, kids could get away with watching it, but this is just very dark. Like, worshiping the devil is totally a thing in this show. And it's like taken pretty seriously, actually. So I do not recommend children watching this show, but adults is a must-see. They've done 2 seasons so far on Sabrina, so I'm keeping a lookout for the 3rd season. They are coming out with a 3rd season, so totally looking forward to that. Those are 2 like horror shows. I'm not like a drama show type of person. Like, I've watched Supernatural, I've watched Grimm on Amazon Prime, like I'm not like a Real Housewives or The Bachelorette type of person. Gonzalo has mentioned to me that he wants to watch it. I would totally watch it with him, but we kind of just gravitate more towards the Stranger Things and Sabrina side of TV shows. Something that's like more fantasy and fictional and things like that just makes it more fun for us, I guess you could say. But my third favorite TV show that they posted on Netflix is an older TV show that was not created by Netflix, but is on Netflix, and it is called That 70s Show. I do not know if you guys have heard of it, but it is, to me, like the most hilarious show ever. It is full of just like complete and utter sarcasm, like crude humor, but that sort of stuff just like cracks me up. It does take place in the 1970s. Wilmer Valderrama is in that show. He plays Fez. Topher Grace is in that show. Mila Kunis is in that show. Ashton Kutcher is in that show. So it's just hilarious. That is just basically a sitcom. But it is a really, really, really good sitcom. I highly recommend you check that out. That has about 8 seasons. I have watched every single episode of each season, I swear, like 5 times in a row. I can never get over it, like, of how good it is. Especially for an older show, I'm obsessed. So the characters just do such a great job in every single episode. Like, there's not one like filler episode. Like, in the episodes, something happens every single time. Like, there's always a moment that you're not bored or you're not laughing. So if you want a good comedy, like sarcastic TV show to watch, I highly, highly, highly recommend that. Especially because it does take place in the past. In the 1970s, duh. So this show takes place in the 70s, but was made in the 90s, and aired in the 90s. So they also go back in time and try to replicate that time period as well. So it's just a really good show if you're into like the crude humor and the sarcasm, which I am. I find it hilarious. And I don't find it boring at all. Not one episode to me is boring. So yeah, definitely check that out as well. I also wanted to mention that Netflix is obviously known for their movies as well. They have a huge selection of movies, especially kid movies. Like Moana is one of my favorite movies on Netflix. Coco is another one of my favorite movies on Netflix. They have a lot of Marvel movies. They have some of the Thor movies on there. Just Disney movies on there. I know they have a bunch of stuff on there. But I mainly use Netflix for its TV shows. But yeah, that is my top 3 Netflix TV shows that I personally enjoy. I highly recommend you guys to check them out as well. So yeah, if you could drop a comment down below on this video on what shows you guys watch on Netflix. Gonzalo and I are always looking for a new TV show to start, because we're such bingers on Netflix. So we're always looking for something to watch on Netflix, and I would love it if you guys could leave your suggestions of things that you watch on Netflix. And it doesn't have to be created by Netflix either. It could just be a uploaded series of something from a different TV channel. So yeah, drop a comment down below on that. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!